2015 U.S. Open Golf. The 2015 United States Open Championship was the 115th U.S. Open, played June 18, 2015 at Chambers Bay in University Place, Washington, southwest of Tacoma on the shore of Puget Sound. Jordan Spieth won his first U.S. Open and consecutive major titles, one stroke ahead of runners-up Dustin Johnson and Louis Oosthuizen. This was the first U.S. Open televised by Fox Sports 1 and Fox Sports, launching a 12-year contract with the United States Golf Association. Spieth, age 21, became the youngest U.S. Open champion in 92 years since Bobby Jones in 1923. The reigning Masters champion, Spieth became the youngest to win the Masters and U.S. Open in the same year, passing Tiger Woods, who won both in 2002 at age 26. Others to win the first two majors of the year were Craig Wood 1941, Ben Hogan 1951-1953, Arnold Palmer 1960, and Jack Nicklaus 1972. This was the first U.S. Open played in the Pacific Northwest and the third major played in the state of Washington, which hosted the PGA Championship in 1944 and 1998. Venue: owned by Pierce County, the Chambers Bay course opened for play only 8 years earlier in June 2007. Course layout: the course was laid out differently each day, with course totals ranging from 7,384 yards 6,752 on Sunday to 7,695 yards 7,036 on Friday. Holes 1 and 18 were played as either par-4 or par-5. The first was a par-4 and the 18th was a par-5 for 3 of the rounds. In round 2 on Friday, hole #1 was played as a par-5 and #18 as a par-4. Par was 36 out and 34 in. Source: criticism of the course. Chambers Bay was subject to criticism for its bumpy greens, unfair course design, and poor accessibility for spectators. Former U.S. Open champion Gary Player called it the worst golf course I might have ever seen in the 63 years as a professional golfer, and Henrik Stenson said that the greens were like putting on broccoli. Field: about half the field consisted of players who are exempt from qualifying for the U.S. Open. Each player is classified according to the first category in which he qualified, and other categories are shown in parentheses. 1. Winners of the U.S. Open Championship during the last 10 years: Angel Cabrera, Lucas Glover, Martin Kaymer. 7,811,121,314, Graham McDowell. 1314, Rory McIlroy. 67,121,314. Prior to the tournament, Michael Campbell, the 2005 winner, announced his retirement from golf. 2. Winner and runner-up of the 2014 U.S. Amateur Championship Gunyang AAA. Corey Connors forfeited his exemption by turning professional. 3. Winner of the 2014 Amateur Championship Bradley Neal A. 4. Winner of the 2014 Mark H. McCormack Medal Men's World Amateur Golf Ranking Ali Schneiderjans A. 5. Winners of the Masters Tournament during the last 5 years: Charles Schwartzel. 1314, Adam Scott. 11,121,314, Jordan Spieth. 121,000. 6. Winners of the Open Championship during the last 5 years: Darren Clarke, Ernie Els, Phil Mickelson. 1314, Louis Oosthuizen. 1314. 7. Winners of the PGA Championship during the last 5 years: Keegan Bradley. 111,314, Jason Duffner. 8. Winners of the Players' Championship during the last 3 years: Ricky Fowler. 11,121,314. 9. winner of the 2015 European Tour BMW PGA Championship and Bjorn Hunt 13-14. 10. Winner of the 2014 U.S. Senior Open Championship, Colin Montgomery. 11. The 10 lowest scorers and anyone tying for 10th place at the 2014 U.S. Open Championship: Eric Compton, Jason Day 121,314, Dustin Johnson 121,314, Brooks Koepka 13-14, Brandt Snedeker 13-14. 12 players who qualified for the season-ending 2014 Tour Championship. 13. The top 60-point leaders and ties as of May 25. 14. The top 60-point leaders and ties as of June 15, 2015 in the official World Golf Ranking: Kevin Kisner, Andy Sullivan. 15. Special exemptions given by the USGA: none. The remaining contestants earned their places through sectional qualifiers. Japan: Beek-Suk Hyen, Kurt Barnes, Hiroyuki Fujita, Masahiro Kawamura, Liang Wenchong. England: Thomas Aiken, Lucas Bjerregaard, Marcus Fraser, Shiv Kapur, Alexander Levy, Garth Mulroy, Alex Noren, Jason Palmer, John Parry, Marcel Siem, Tjart van der Walt. United States: Newport Beach, California: Jared Betcher L., Brian Campbell A., Bo Hostler A., Alex Kim L., Jake Knapp A. L., Kevin Lucas L. Jupiter, Florida: Luke Donald, Sam Horsfield A., Jack Maguire A., Andy Pope L. Wall Ground, Georgia: Roberto Castro, Lee McCoy A., Matthew Neesmith A. L. Rockville, Maryland: Billy Hurley Roman 3, Denny McCarthy A., Timothy O'Neill L. Purchase, New York: Rich Berberian Jr. L. Lee Jansen, Jamie Lovemark, Pat Wilson L. Wilson L. Wilson L. L. Wilson L. Wilson L. Columbus, Ohio: Sebastian Kaplan, Bryson DeChambeau A., Brad Fritsch, David Hearn, Ryo Ishikawa, Danny Lee, George McNeil, D.A. Points, Michael Putnam, Sam Saunders, Cameron Smith. Springfield, Ohio: Michael Davin L., Tony Finau, Nick Hardy A. L., Stephen Jager L. Memphis, Tennessee: Blaine Barber, Charlie Belgian, Tyler Duncan L., Brad Elder L., Retief Goose, Brandon Hagee L., Ryan Harmon, Tom Hoge L., Davis Riley A., Andres Romero. Dallas, Texas: Jason Allred, Cody Gribble, Cole Hammer A. L., Kyle Jones A., Matt Mabry L., Mark Silvers L. Cle-Elum, Washington: Troy Kelly, Richard H. Lee, Pan Cheng Tsung L. Alternates, who gained entry. Oliver Farr, England. Shunsuk Sonoda, Japan. Kevin Chappell, Columbus, claimed spot held for Category 14. Jimmy Gunn L., Memphis, claimed spot held for Category 14. Steve Marino, Dallas, claimed spot held for Category 14. Josh Persons L., Rockville, claimed spot held for Category 14. It denotes amateurs, 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 amateurs. L denotes player advanced through local qualifying. Source: past champions in the field. Made the cut. Missed the cut. Michael Campbell 2005 did not enter. Nationalities in the field. Round summaries. First round. Thursday, June 18, 2015. Dustin Johnson and Henrik Stenson both posted rounds of 65-5 to share the lead after the first round. Johnson recorded 4 birdies on his back nine and did not make a bogey until the par-3 ninth, his 18th hole of the round. Stenson, meanwhile, birded 4 of his last 5 holes to tie Johnson for the lead. Jordan Spieth, the reigning Masters champion, was 3 strokes back after a 68. Three-time champion Tiger Woods opened with a round of 80 plus 10, his worst score ever at the U.S. Open. Brian Campbell, a senior at the University of Illinois, was low amateur after a round of 67-3, 2 behind the lead. The first hole was set as a par-4 at 501 yards 458 m and the 18th hole as par-5 at 617 yards 564 m, with the course at 7,497 yards 6,855 m. The scoring average for the field was 72.72 plus 2.72, and 25 players had under par rounds. Second round, Friday, June 19, 2015. Masters champion Jordan Spieth shot a round of 67-3 to tie Patrick Reed for the 36-hole lead. First round co-leader Dustin Johnson got as low as 7 under before bogeys on 3 of his last 5 holes dropped him to a stroke behind the leaders. Jason Day was just 2 shots off the lead playing the 9th hole, his 18th of the round, when he collapsed from vertigo. After being treated by medical personnel for several minutes, Day was able to finish the hole and made bogey, dropping to 3 behind and a tie for 9th place. Tiger Woods missed the cut with a 2-round score of 16 over par, his worst 36-hole score in a major. A bogey on the final hole by Nick Hardy, a freshman from the University of Illinois, moved the cut line to +5. 15 additional players earned entry into the third round, including Angel Cabrera, Sergio Garcia, Colin Montgomery, Webb Simpson, and Jimmy Walker. The first hole was set as a 593-yard par-5 and the 18th hole as 514-yard par-4, with the total yardage at 7,695. The scoring average for the field was 73.48 plus 3.48, and 18 players had under par rounds. J.B. Holmes and Louis Oosthuizen had the low rounds of the day, 66-4. Amateurs: Campbell 1, Maguire +1, Schneiderjans +2, Hostler +3, McCarthy +4, Hardy +5, McCoy +8, DeChambeau +9, Neal +9, Neesmith +9, Jones +10, Knapp +10, Yang +10, Horsfield +11, Riley +13. Third round, Saturday, June 20, 2015. Louis Oosthuizen again had the low round of the day, 66-4, moving him into a tie for 5th place. Despite suffering from vertigo, Jason Day scored 68-2, the second lowest round of the day. The first hole was set as a 499-yard par-4 and the 18th hole as 577-yard par-5, with the total yardage at 7,637. The scoring average for the field was 73.13 plus 3.13, and only 6 players had under par rounds. Final round, Sunday, June 21, 2015. 4 players began the final round tied for the lead for the first time at the U.S. Open since 1973. In the final pairing with Jason Day at 3 p.m. PDT, Dustin Johnson recorded 2 birdies on the front 9. In the penultimate pairing, Jordan Spieth and Brandon Grace both birdied the par-4 12th to tie, but Grace fell from contention on the 16th after his drive went out of bounds and he made double bogey. Spieth holed a 25-foot 8m birdie putt at the 16th to open up a 3-stroke lead, but then 3-putted for double bogey on the par-3 17th to fall into a tie with Louis Oosthuizen. Oosthuizen began the round 3 shots off the lead and quickly dropped further behind with 3 consecutive bogeys on the front 9. Beginning at the 12th, however, Oosthuizen birdied 6 out of his last 7 holes to tie Spieth. At the par-5 18th, Spieth hit the green in 2 and proceeded to 2-putt for birdie. Johnson recovered from his bogey streak with a birdie at the 17th, then also found the 18th green in 2. Faced with a 12-foot 3.7m eagle putt to win the championship, Johnson's attempt rolled 3 feet 0.9m past the hole, then missed his birdie putt to tie. Expecting a Monday playoff, Spieth suddenly gained a 1-stroke victory for his second consecutive major title. With the win, Spieth became the sixth to win both the Masters and U.S. Open in the same year and the first since Tiger Woods in 2002. He also became the first to win two majors before the age of 22 since Gene Sarazen in 1922, and the youngest U.S. Open champion since Bobby Jones in 1923. After opening with a round of 77 plus 7, Oosthuizen shot 199 over his last three rounds, tying the U.S. Open record for lowest 54-hole score. His score of 29 on the back nine also tied a tournament record. The first hole was set as a par-4 at 443 yards 405 m and the 18th hole as a par-5 at 601 yards 550 m, with the total at 7,384 yards 6,752 m. The scoring average for the field was 71.29 plus 1.29, and 22 players had under par rounds. Adam Scott had the low round of the championship, a 6 under par 64 to tie for fourth. Final leaderboard. Scorecard. Cumulative tournament scores relative to par. Source: Media. This was the first U.S. Open televised by Fox Sports, which began a 12-year contract. The previous 20 years, 1995-2014, had been by NBC Sports, preceded by 29 years, 1966-1994, on ABC Sports.